Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to do the Jamsu makeup technique, which I have fallen in love with. It's amazing. And so let's just jump right in after this creepy slow motion bit. So I'm going to start with my Smashbox Photo Finish Priming Water. I'm just going to spray my face down, get nice and dewy, and then I'm going to go in with my Becca Backlighting Priming Filter. I realized after putting this on though that this is a mattifying makeup technique, and so it really I didn't have any reason to put this on. It was kind of like a waste of time, waste of product, but you know what? We're just gonna move on anyway. After I'm done priming the face, I'm going to jump into foundation, and I'm using one of my favorites I talked about recently, the Diorskin Perfect Foundation in the color 014, and I'm mixing that with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation in the color Albaster. I'm mixing that on my L'Oreal Lumi Cushion top, so don't get confused, I'm not actually using that foundation, I just kind of mixed it in that little spare top area. If you have the foundation, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm using my Morphe M439 brush as usual because this is the best foundation brush I have ever used. After foundation, as usual, we're going in with concealer, and I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer in Fair Neutral. I cannot believe I forgot to put this in my favorites video because I absolutely love this concealer. It is amazing. It has definitely gone far beyond what the Naked Skin concealer did, in my opinion. And I'm just placing that in the middle of my face, which is the chin, nose, and forehead. And then I'm going ahead and placing that right in that under eye area. And instead of just blending right away, I'm going to also spray it down with some of that Smashbox priming water just to make it a little easier to blend because it was a really dry day and I experience dry skin every once in a while. And then I'm just going in with a damp beauty blender and just blending that all in. Using that same concealer, I'm also going to go ahead and put that on my eyelids just to prime them and just cover all that darkness going on. And I'm using my Damp Beauty Blender for that as well. And then before I bring out all that powder, I'm going to go ahead and spray down my face again with that priming water. I was very scared about dry skin that day, so I just went crazy with that Smashbox priming water. Before I take my Real Technique sponge to my face, I'm going to go ahead and just place that powder, RCMA No Color Powder, right on those eyelids to make sure they stay because I don't want to bake on the eyelids. And now I'm just going to dump a whole ton of that powder right into a little pan. I'm taking a damp Real Techniques sponge and I'm just like diving in there, just like really getting that sponge all in that powder. And I'm going to go first into that under eye area. I'm really caking this powder on. And then I'm going to go ahead and start doing everything else on my face. In the places that I tend to experience redness, I did extra powder just to make sure the water didn't mess with that at all. This is a very messy process, so I suggest not wearing clothes you love, by the way. And just a quick tip for everyone who is not extremely pale like me, I would suggest using a powder, a loose powder that is more similar to your own skin tone because this pale whiteness sticks even after you put your head in water. That's what I found at least. I don't know, maybe there's a different technique. I know that some people use baby powder, but literally it's also white, so I don't see how it could really make a difference. But for all the people who are really pale, this is a great way to not have an orange face, even using a foundation that might be a little too dark for your skin tone. So that's pretty cool, right? So yes, after we have finally gotten all that powder onto our face, and that was a lot of powder, I went ham. Take a timer, set it to 30 seconds, and then put your head in a bowl of water. I know, it's like extremely scary. You just put all that makeup on, and now you're gonna dip your face in water. I mean, we usually go to the pool and keep our head out of water if we're gonna be wearing makeup, but here we are, just dipping our whole head underwater. No big deal. So yeah, that's pretty cute. And then you're just gonna pat dry with a towel. I also used that towel to just kind of clean up my jawline a bit because I still had some lingering powder there. I did actually put my face back in water to try to get rid of that, but it didn't really work out. I just couldn't get it all in there. So I also used a beauty blender that had some foundation on it still. I didn't put more foundation onto that beauty blender. I just kind of cleaned up that jawline a bit. And then I went ahead and went back into my normal routine, and I took my MAC Emphasize powder and my Morphe E-Free brush and just kind of lightened up my face in certain areas like the under eye area, the middle of the forehead, and the chin. And then I also took my MAC foundation powder and just kind of cleaned up that jawline even more because it was not looking so hot at the time. But other than that, my makeup came out very matte. Here's some awkward pictures to show you before I put on the rest of my makeup. It was very matte. I got compliments on my skin, and it stayed for a lot longer than it would usually look. So if you do have oily skin, or you just have like a prom or like a formal thing going on, I definitely suggest this technique. It will lock your makeup in and you'll be looking good. So bye, and I'll see you guys soon.